for some reason it cut off. I'm not too sure why that was. But wait for Martin to come back in and a few other of the people in here. All questions again are welcome. Yeah, as I say, I'm not 200% sure why it cut off. But we'll get Martin back on in a second. As I say, keep on asking the questions. I might have missed some as it cut off. So please, obviously, if you did ask a question to Martin or myself, obviously put it back in there. Let me just wait for them. You right?
I'm back.
You good, yeah?
Yeah, so getting back to what you said about the old school managers.
Yeah.
I come from like the same sort of times that Justin was playing. And being a centre half and going to clubs as this no nonsense defender and all the rest of it, you've got this on your shoulders where it was harder for me to even talk about things because I was expected to be this one that could turn up. It'd be raining. I'd be in shorts and t-shirts and training. Everyone would be wrapped up in snoods and woolly hats. I've got to be the hard one. When there was times that I needed to talk, I had things going on. Even now, like there's things that I'd like to add to this and elaborate on, but I can't because I hold on to things. I still don't talk about things now, and it'd be unfair for me to blame, society or things that ain't set up. I think it's me not being ready to talk about things because I've got a very good friend in. I've only known Justin for about a year and a half, but he's a very, very good mate of mine. I still can't talk to him. I've got Liam Collins I've known for as long as I've known Darryl. I've got some good mates of mine. Owen Price I've known for about 15 years. Again, it's just me. Having said that, if there was something set up and maybe more of a government drive or an FA drive, would it help me? It might do if I have someone at the club that's completely independent. I know it's not going to get out anywhere. Maybe I would open up. It's not a case of me not wanting to open up because people won't talk, or because people won't listen.
Yeah.
It's me worrying what they would think of me after, or what would get out, and Martin then become, oh, actually, he weren't that hard. He's a bit of a wally, and I ain't hard. I'm soft as anything. But I'm going a bit off the track here. Old school managers. I don't know. I've been lucky enough to play for some gaffers that I feel like I probably could have gone and talked to them, but it's just me. I'd like to think that I'm someone that could be spoken to, and I've had, I hope Pete don't mind me saying this, but Pete went through some stuff during lockdown and reached out to myself and the other management, and I was a bit taken back by it at first because hats off to him. The geezer's brave as anything on the pitch and proved it again off the pitch. Like he opened up to me. He felt comfortable enough to come to me after a couple of months of playing for me, or not even that, before we went to lockdown. And I've taken a bit of that, and after I did sit back and think, I talked to my wife about it, and I was like, he's come to me with this, and she was like, that's massive that he's been able to come to you. Whereas others haven't. In the past, I've had to probe another player, a very good player I had. I've had to sort of probe because I knew there was something going on at home. Hence why things weren't going right on the pitch or even at training, or falling out with people that he didn't usually fall out with. And then found out there was some issues at home. But he should be in a position, that the second player I'm talking about, he should be in a position to be able to come out and say, do you know what? This is going on, Gaffer. I need you to give me a bit of a breather for now. Because this, that, and then things could have turned out different.
So I'm just going to read you 2 comments before I ask you something else.
Yeah,
Cole said, I'm with you there, difficult to speak. I'm the same. It's all about being ready and accepting you as an individual maybe ain't ready, and that's okay. Hashtag it's okay to not be okay. Yeah, 100%. You have to be ready in yourself to be able to open up, and not everyone's ready.
You might end up resenting the person or the organisation that sort of made you come out. He touched on mind. Going back to 2011, 2012, I reached out to them. So I'm going to open up a little bit to everyone that's listening. I reached out to Mind and sort of thought, let me go for it. Because I was accused of being angry all the time.
Yeah.
You're always angry, always flipping off and all the rest of it. So I thought, let me go and look into it, because I saw an advert. So I sort of messaged him and spoke to him. And I went to about 4. So I keep looking in my rearview mirror because I'm in the car now because I'm listening to sleep. But yeah, so I sort of reached out to them, and they're running like a donations minimal fee sort of thing. So where if you go and see a proper counsellor, you're paying big dollar. So
Yeah.
these lot are about 15 quid or something. Always used to pay double, so I felt guilty and they'd give it back to me. But I had 4 sessions, and I'm not going to lie to you, I did cry a bit. I was like, come out of there, and I was like, whoa, it does take weight off your shoulders. But had I not seen that advert, I never knew what mind was. No chance. Not in 2012. I didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
If I was feeling down, it was like, go and have a can of Coke or a Mars bar, so your sugar level's low. That's what it was. But yeah, you definitely need
So
to be very careful.
Dan's dad, who's been on obviously here tonight, the more people that watch things like this, the better. There will be people watching this who are struggling with no one to turn to. They may just see a face of someone that they know that can help. Yeah, listen, as Terman has said, look, the fact of the matter is I've opened this up to so many people, and if they're not ready to talk as I said, I'm not a specialist, but I've said it from day one. I turned around and said if it helps someone from me passing on maybe my experiences or my views, or anyone else who comes on here, if they pass on their experiences or their views and it helps one person, then that's the idea obviously of this platform. Pitty's just turned around and said, in terms of cost for each team to have someone like that, it's if that's not possible, then maybe 2-3 people hired by the league to cover all the clubs.
Having some sort of hub or someone like, I don't know, for argument's sake, Bostic mental health awareness team or whatever, and they have contact numbers, or I make him right. I make him right because, like, I'm talking from like I know of people. I know that in the prison system they have like the Samaritans and listeners and stuff like that. Whereas someone's feeling suicidal, lifers and all the rest of it. I know they can contact these listeners that are trusted prisoners, are allowed out their cells to go and sit with that individual and open up. So if they can afford that in prison systems, they can afford that at football. 100% they can.
Yeah.
So go on.
But do you feel it's either the club or obviously the league in general? They've got to want to do that though. They've got to want to
Yeah,
set up these things. Otherwise, it's not going to change, is it?
100%, 100%. But with most things, it doesn't happen until you become loud, until you
Yeah.
become vocal about it. But I mean, in the meantime, what you're doing is unbelievable because you might get someone on here at the minute who's putting like, hello, hello Lego, Dino, whatever, but sitting there thinking, do you know what? I understand a bit of what he's saying. I know what he's saying. They might now DM us or DM you or me or
Yeah.
your other guests that have been on and go, when you went to Mind, what happened, brother? Do you know what I mean? And it opens up the doors. It's good that we're doing this, even if it's just for conversation, us two catching up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they
Of
can
course.
see it. I mean, it is when I was playing. This never come up. You'd never even think about it. If I was coming to football, row with my missus, because a lot of boys come to football having rows with their missus, or the young ones with their mums because over coursework or whatever it is, or boys coming to football having a row because it's football. Oh, you're going football again, and they get there. It is sometimes a place for them to vent and run off some steam. But they get there and you can see their heads are in their laps. So maybe there has to be something set up for them. But I mean, management-wise, what do we do? What do we do to help? I mean, we try and be that person that you can come and talk to. It's not always easy. We try and organise nights out or nights in and try and relax training a bit when we know it's getting a bit tense within the camp. But they definitely help brighten the mood. But actually tackling the issue, not that you need a professional, you just need someone in that role that is there solely to be someone's agony aunt. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Sorry.
Someone that can
I've
listen and empathise.
I've got a few comments. I'm going to go through some of them
Yeah, go.
and that. Zach Cameron said, guys, always remember going to the doctors or asking for CBT therapy is free and accessible. Trying something new. You may find you like it or you don't like it, but you won't know until you try. 100%. Obviously,
Yeah,
everyone's going to have something different. What's going to work for them, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to try to find what is right for you and to help you. So Michelle's turned around and said, you don't need to be qualified to help with people's mental health. In our league, I try to make sure everyone knows we're available for confidential chat if they need us. Yeah, she does I think it's the Croydon and Municipal League, so on a Sunday. So
Yeah.
she's really big in obviously non the Sunday league. So
So
no,
I mean, that's at
100%.
Sunday level. You got
Yeah,
somebody like her at some Sunday level. No disrespect to Sunday level, but
yeah.
the reason I bring it up is because there's less money involved. There's less things
hmm
involved.
hmm
Non-league now, mate. Even if clubs said, right, what we do is we're going to put 4 banners at each ground promoting 4 different charities for free, and it's there in people's faces to see things, or in the program, or on their Twitter pages.
Yeah, 100%. Zach Tamron said teams mates should be encouraged to help each other as well. I agree, Zach, but the problem is I think Martin might agree with it as well. Sometimes teammates don't understand, or especially when I was playing back in the day. I don't know what it was like with you. It might have been better nowadays, but they don't understand it, or it might be the stigma or the stereotype of just man up and just get on with it. Like you're here for 90 minutes, just get on with it. You know what I mean? Do you feel that is the case, and has it got better?
Whether it's got better, I wouldn't know, because over the last 4 years or so, I've been involved in management.
Yeah.
Who's the last club? I think I played under Neil, actually. Fisher was my last club.
Okay.
Would I have come out in that changing room? I didn't really know him well, but I played with Nick Taylor in goal. You come out and say something, and I mean, he had a lot of respect for me and me for him, but he
Yeah.
used to come out and say, "Oh, mate, like, I'm feeling down with it, mate. You're definitely going to get like a clip around the head," or he'd go and tell the group, and you all have a little giggle, because that's what it was like. Like someone,
Mm.
and it's bad, and I don't like to admit it, but you'd laugh. If someone broke up their missus and they come in on a Saturday crying, you'd say, "Man up, mate, we're going out tonight."
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas I'd like
It's
to think it was
hard. It's
different
hard,
now.
isn't it? I think it's what I touched on earlier. Is finding the right person to be able to speak to, isn't it? And the right person who you trust to be able to speak to as well. And if that means it's in the dressing room or it's not in the dressing room, then it's the right person to find, isn't it? You've got to find the right person.
Yeah.
Cole said, "Love that, bro. Serious people that listen and accept at mind without realizing it. Jamie, you are doing the same thing, giving people a space to speak. That's a big thing. Keep it going. Cheers. Thank you, Cole. Like, obviously, yeah. Sometimes I don't realize. Like, obviously, people have seen it, and I turned around and said it earlier about the tweet earlier and everything like that. What I was saying this morning." But sometimes you get frustrated because you feel like you're supporting people with their movements or stuff like that, but they don't want to give it back. But it's not about that. As long as I'm helping one person, then hopefully, obviously, this is all worthwhile. Do you know
You
what I
know,
mean?
when I saw it, it just highlighted the fact that this means as much as it does to you. Like, you want
Mm.
people, those that you're retweeting, people's businesses or whatever else they got going on, you're retweeting. You want a bit of support in this, and mate, you're
hmm
getting it through the viewers and the comments. Pitty's put something here. Sorry to jump in here, but Pitty's put something here and said, "Look, we're looking at it from players' perspectives.
Yeah.
Managers go for it too."
Yeah.
And it's funny you said it, because I did take some notes when you was talking to the other lads. I was like, I want to share some of my experiences, but not all of them, because obviously I'm not ready for it. But
hmm
one of them was when I got the sack at Three Bridges.
Yeah.
And I come away from it. At first, I was like, when it first happened, I was like shaking with anger. I thought I'd been done wrong. Anyway, done my goodbyes in the changing room, and it got a bit emotional. They all stood up. I hugged every single one of them, and I left, and I was like fucking, like lip up sort of thing, get in the car, and I drove off. I was like, who
Mm.
do I talk to? Because most of my mates are in
Yeah.
that changing room.
Yeah. Of
I
course.
was like, what do I do now? And I was out of football for about 8 months, and it was only about, like, my missus was loving it. There was champagne being popped and all sorts. My missus had me at home again.
Of course.
Yeah, so, and then after a couple of months, she was like, "You actually miss it, didn't you?" I said, "Lou, I've only known football. I love it. I love football from the age of 11 all the way through. I've just been in football teams. I've travelled all over. She went, "You never played for anyone local?" I said, "Tooting's the only local club, and then Fisher." I said,
Mm.
"But I've been everywhere. Guildford. I've been
Mm.
everywhere. Anywhere you can think of. Farnborough." And I said, "Now
Yeah.
I'm doing nothing. I've got my Tuesdays and Thursdays to myself, and
Mm.
Saturdays. I don't know what do people do on Saturdays. Didn't know."
Yeah.
But
hmm
then I started doing a bit of DIY and just stuff around the house, and I hated it. Now I'm
Yeah.
back in it. Obviously, she hates it, but yeah, like you said, managers go through it. when Justin was at Lewisham, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying it, he would hear bits and pieces from board members like, you've got, and I started getting it when I was at Bridges, but you've got to get 9 points in 4 games, or you're going to get sacked.
Yeah.
Like, hang about, please. You didn't give me £150 million in the summer war chest to go and win this league. They
Yeah,
don't
of
see the
course.
bigger picture. They get itchy, and it does put pressure on managers. Who do managers then go and call? They're not going to call other managers in the league because they're going to be like, touch, that's one sacked, that's one
Yeah.
club rocking. So it's tough. Having that person in the league, like you say, couple of people in the league would be brilliant. Managers can get in touch with and talk to.
Yeah, so Jacko said knowing our players more is key. Team bonding, night out, meals is needed more. You will learn a lot more about someone's personality that way. Again, that's within the club itself, and you've got to do it. Do people do it enough? I don't know. Maybe not, because obviously, again, people have busy lives, but the clubs don't do these things because again, they're just worried about maybe the results to a certain degree. So it's a
Yeah,
hard thing, isn't it?
it's a
It's a
generational
hard
thing. I
thing.
think that's our generation. We used to go out all the time, whether it be,
Yeah.
I don't know, bowling or darts nights and stuff like that. This generation, you tend to have
Mm,
younger squads. They don't want to drink beer.
mm,
They don't want to have a hot
yeah.
dog
No.
and whatever else. Yeah, they don't want to. So you've got to try and find different ways. You know, there's more than the one way of having a team night out. You know what I mean? You go for golf or whatever else. But yeah, they're important. They are important.
Neil said, "Gents, I'm learning bits every time I listen to these platforms. Being of the older generation, I really did not understand." I agree. Like I learn everything. I think I learn from every person who comes on here, and maybe different things. And I may think I'm repeating myself 9 times out of 10, but um, I am learning more within obviously every conversation I have, because everyone's experiences or views can be slightly different, and that opens my mind up more to different things. Just on obviously Neil being there, obviously good luck obviously at Lordswood as well, Neil. And that
Yeah, good luck on
just
that gig, mate.
Michel's turned around and said it's needed at every level. I think me and Martin 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
100% we agree. Um, Obviously, yeah, you've just gone through Pity's one, and that about results. Then Neil was turned around and said as well, mate, as I've said, I did not understand any of this until you done these platforms. I'm of the even older generation, and I'm learning all the time. Keep it up, Jay. Thank you very much, Neil. Justin's laughing, I'm guessing, about the comments of getting 9 points in 3 games, I'm guessing.
Well, this
But
is it.
listen,
I knew you get them. You got.
I know what Lewisham Borough is like as well. So I can, and Pricey as well. So yeah, we know what Lewisham Borough is like. So
But Neil, like when I played at Fisher, I've only played about 10 games from 12 games from. But Neil was brilliant. When I first come
yeah,
in, he sort of made himself. I know Gaffer's got to be a bit standoffish, but he was brilliant. He was with me. We have chats, regular chats before and after sessions. He'd ask how things
yeah,
were, just showing an
he's a
interest. You
hundred.
sort of, yeah, he's proper. Then just showing an interest. You
Stop
think to
top guy.
yourself, I could probably go to him if I'm running late. He'd probably be the one I'm ringing. You know what I mean? You need that sort of and you know he'll do well in management, and he's just put it.
Yeah,
He's calling me. Don't be calling me to play for you, mate. 'Cause I'm done.
yeah. Nah, he's a top guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously we've gone on it with in general, obviously about football, because that's what the industry we love and obviously we're involved in.
Mhm.
But in general, obviously the world is being mad at the moment with everything what's going on. How do you feel people can going forward help each other?
I mean, a lot of organisations, like I know my work anyway, within the HR department, they have people that you can sort of email, and then they'll possibly send you on to somewhere. But then I know a lot of people have gone off sick now at the minute with stress, with the stress of it, and stress is a major part of mental health. People,
Mm,
you'll hear it a lot of the time. Oh, I'm stressed. Oh, I'm stressed. Or that's a stress. Stress is horrible, and when it sets in, it can be horrible. It's keeping a good friend of mine, where it kept him off about 4 months of work. I
mm,
mean, easing the lockdowns and stuff like that, is it going to help? Of course it is. People need to get out and get back to normality. We're not to be locked up in our houses 24/7,
Mm.
and limited to an hour exercise. Hence why I put those started to put those Thursday sessions on. And this ain't a plug or anything, but it did help. Me and Pricey had said, right, it's going to be about 20 people. Wicked, yeah. 36 people turned up. People are that keen to
Yeah.
get out their houses now and do a bit.
Mm.
Yeah, this lockdown, I mean, it needed to be done. That's my opinion. Whether it's, whether there was a pandemic or not, the government conspiracies and all the rest of it, but there
Yeah.
needed to be a lockdown so they could see what was going on, and hopefully it's over
What
soon.
What do you feel, obviously, in mental health in general? What do you feel the government can do going forward to help in mental health? Because it's going to be massive, obviously, because of this now.
I mean, it's got to be a similar campaign to, when they encourage gay people to come out in the sport. There's a
Yeah.
massive stigma on that, and players are afraid to come out, and rightly so, because again, they would be wound up over it. It's the same thing with this. There needs to be some sort of campaign just to show people, look, it's okay to talk.
Yeah.
Who to go to is massive, because like the last, I'm going to keep going back to him, is it Karl? You've
Yeah.
got to make sure you're going to the right person, because I wouldn't want to do it at home, because I'd be then thinking, oh, I'm creating more grief at home.
Yeah.
So you got to have that person you can vent to, and hopefully that person will listen. But it's all about, as I know your hashtag is let us talk. It's so important that person that you talk to listens.
100%. Last question, like I say to everyone, what's your overall message, obviously, on mental health? What people can do going forward? As you say, yeah, you've touched on it. Talking is the first step. What do you feel on from that people can do going forward to help everyone who may
I
be
mean,
struggling?
people out there, if you haven't got any, experience in it, or you've never experienced anyone with it or yourself with it, have a little read of it. Look out for telltale signs. Clubs, if there's any clubs, there's managers here and coaches here listening, do a bit of research on it so you can look out for telltale signs. Be a bit patient with the players that are going through it. Be a bit patient with your staff and family members. And if you can, try and be that person. Try and be that approachable person and listen.
100%. Cheers, Martin. Keep safe. I'm sure, obviously,
Too,
hopefully, everything's finished, and we'll catch up real soon, mate.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Keep up the good work, yeah?
Cheers. Thank you very much, mate.
Take
Bye-bye.
care, mate. Bye. Bye.
So that's South Park manager Martin. Thank you, Martin, for the kind words, and Jay, keep up the good work. Cheers, Neil. Yeah, you don't have to. You've been supporting me from day one with this, so thank you very much, Neil, and like everyone else has as well. So yeah, on Thursday, I'm back Thursday with a special with Nick from Nightingale FC. They're a charity team. Obviously, yeah, they've been doing a lot of work for the NHS, and they're going to tell us their story and everything else as well. So I'm looking forward to that on Thursday. Make sure you tune in 8:30. Let us talk. Sorry, pity. Keep doing what you're doing. Great positive work in a dark time for so many. Cheers. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers, Martin, as well, for that. If you have missed any of this and you've just come in, I know Darren's just come in, Wheeler, and a few others just come in. That's it for tonight. But you can go and have a look at the interviews on mental health hashtag Let Us Talk on YouTube. Please subscribe as well, so you'll get all the updates. Have a look at the past interviews as well. Again, as I say, I'm with Nick from Nightingale FC on Thursday at 8:30. Hopefully you can all tune in, and please, obviously, keep safe. Anyone needs to talk, you know where I am. Again, as I say, Thursday 8:30. For tonight, I'm finished. Have a good evening, everyone. Have a good week, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye bye.